Developer. The salts have it. Sunstruck. Quick stuff à la daguerre. The clangor of arms. Lenticulations everywhere of everywhere. Soup, emerald green. And we forget then. Coal oil or Kamloops hills. The high road in from Monte Creek. Forget again. Take this kid. His ears stick out. Look, his eyes up here, and do not appear. Corners. Can't see his feet. Gestures. Grain. Invoke sheaved straw. Ignite it. Whoosh. Sparks. Make this a way of saying something industrial, i.e., neutralizing. Withdraw vertical control rods, or the simultaneous cessation of two insect likenesses in Chun Dentine, called animals' hearts. The frame? Fringe. Fires, cold, a talith and old coat, and another, these stern papas capped in yarmulkes. Your hand goes through, walking into. His hand a white, blurred. This kid. Old shorts, old pale, his wrists stick out of. He's leaning in at you. Me, that is. Leaning in at me. Eleusis. And breaking. Owl bogs. To gaze at them on the White Lake Road. Ruth, Daphne and Herbert, Penticton bound. They're so... Cats, the old bugger arches back, his eyes shut. Daughter, his foot falls asleep beneath his. Bold cottonwood, cinnamon, carnal air, dreaming Abraham, you're 14. And hot. Yes, there was a tent down there by the creek. White. Some English boy spent the summer in. And, oh no, couldn't drink it. It was poison even before we got there. And so on. And we do. We all loved it, really. So she was hardly there. February. Snowing. Night. Flakes. We... Gungi, tell them go away. We. Our valley, Abraham. Our bitter root. Our sire. Four corners. Cortège commercemen or social democrats, notaries, surgeons, a brisket of deputy undersecretaries in mid-clip. It's drizzled. Evening bleeds down dank terrains, walls breed. Soot, clot, moss, the loop seeps in. Pater, patrem, patria. Faster. Eye restores itself, its shelf in silver, hampers years in fetching oxides. Endeared patina, time as Zamboni. Their knees, lapels, winter topcoats, greatcoats and bricks glisten, buttonholes, stones, pleats, a street, nags snort. This intersection, you know, whatever you're seeing, here, you're hearing. Four shined spats, cuffless trousers, cropped monochrome waistcoats. Transit melodies, scarlet heavings, tectonic inhibitions as daily practice. Pintle oil, the weary sparkle of razors. At Jowl. Call this Kartnerstrasse. And down at the Kruger Kino, coming soon, der öffentliche Fiend. In der Hauptrolle James Cagney und Jean Harlow. Listen, two small triangular flaps, such as you might scribe on the surface of a grapefruit, gape in unison, exposing hem and lining at every pace. Precautions? Tuck under and cross-stitch. Don't go where you're not wanted, kid. Flashlights pierce the tent. Jerusalem, umbilicus terrae. 55, 40 years on, resemblance accumulates. Mountain equals simile equals. Twig can't twig. One might give all, almost, to be here. There, this island, is. Mount Sahalem from porch, no rabbit's foot, wanting sublimity. What's grand looms Lowryized, summons nuke. Saying, we get it sooner or silver. Saying, well, I don't know, let's it, and making light. 48th and Fraser, the tune's conclusion. Golden Jerusalem, Olive Mountain. Jerusalem, drop shadow, Jerusalem, say, Tzuhalem. Humped, half-skulled, grandchildren dead in the meadows. Hills sag or corrode, snow, now, go. Heat. For her, somewhere and gun. For him, memorable claps or arches. For her, infants. For him, 1-inch square crust. For her, Mount Tzuhalem. For him, something not something. Neighbors labor in their trees, or should. Citizen, acquaint yourself with modes of starch. Tzuhalem, Tzuhalem. Next year, this year. Slate, cold knuckles of boots on gravel in the prison house of scenery. Gold dome, horse's haunch, Jerusalem, 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 Tzuhalem. Tzuhalem, horse, haunch, horse, cart, horse, cart, horse, cart, horse, cart, cart, horse, cart, horse, horse, cart, cart, horse, horse, cart, cart, horse, horse, cart, cart, horse, cart, cart, horse, cart, cart, horse, horse, cart, horse, cart, cart, horse, cart, cart, horse, cart, horse, 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 cart, horse, cart, cart, horse, cart, cart, horse, cart, horse, horse. Who is he anyway? Some kid. His father... No, his old lady works in the bakery, I think. Tzuhalem, Tzuhalem. Our mother stood that tall. Parallax. Ground nearby. Beveled or cut screaming. Whatever it was, see Voigtlander. A black container. Round rhymed first. Then sprites and the welcome cunning of soccer coaches in puny Graz. Abraham, a boy your age, he duped goose steps on his lawn, Flagstaff buffed stiff sheath. Speller children, spurious in blue BC school readers, circa 1935, later vocational mathematics. Where is that boy's hand? And the convincingly benign small market economy of Saanich Berryfields. Baden-Powell's state within a state, boy militias, hat dents formalized and ink grass overzealously compared to kitchen knives. Apples were holes at the edge of a box, and they were boys, this time in belted jerkins. Who knows where those came from? Lying on flat bellies reading Abu Shamat's Flying Bed. A gloss, dear lone scouts. Idealized Bavarian youth in silhouette, rendered on an 1/8 sheet of bleached cumulus, misplaced. Their lure or lotion, to halves. Next year, brown shirts, a new line of preemptive, say, designer indignation. How about statistics from El Salvador or something Tenango? Auden's orators. Details, perhaps, with infants and thin mothers. Hot stuff these days with our parsimonious lyric realist poets. Blood glamour. I call it disposable income. Where is that kid with the camera? Flip up the winged hood and clink, you'd never know anything's upside down, looking in, at, out, or through. I don't know. Get too close. Dowry, loom, instability, inability, astatine, itacomulite, orothrove, Iowa donut knuckle, Gethsemane, toddy clot. Breathe deeply, and you lose it. The Holy Land. We are in another city. The apple pie is not American. The old poem is dead. We are on a fluted edge above the ocean. Someone listed as bride addresses the tripod, penetralia honored, and the lauded veil. Pulverization of recent cellular fatalities, making the mast of it, you might say, gazing seaward. Welcome aboard. Here's your T-shirt. All this honey-colored light, these bushes rushing into flame. Old stones. You. A menorah underfoot burns scarlet, I swear it. The levers lead 2 pencils to radiant shrubs, singularly glandular, or barge work. We are on a word from swallows and Amazons. Names substitute for genital regions. In the original, she's an independent businesswoman in safety matches. Precocity cited non-freezer vegetables and hasty insects. Nutrition proved a spur to small automatic acts of kindness called breeding tactics. You will lay on the couch with your son to watch the great stars simulate breeding. We might have bred right there, born on interstellar particles of green. Neil Diamond was singing on the radio, called over the sea. We should have bred our fucking brains off. Cucumbers incinerate, rendered spastically. Doofy boats smoke in the legs of fat girls trapped in waves. We are in a city in a boy's mind, and these are olive trees, and that is the Queen of Nanaimo. A cat sinks on the carport roof, and interest rates jump down. Streets of light in ruin on the former juvenile compound. Boys aloft in their juniper with newspapers. Women at the well at dusk. Murmur of slippers. Galilee.